Good morning, honey buns. A lot of people have been asking me for book recommendations to start getting into forensic psychology or that type of psychology in general to learn from it. So we're going to go over a couple books today. Last video when I did this, I did let you guys know that there were some books that I didn't read and then some of them I've dabbled into. Same scenario because I just made another video about this like a week ago. So let's get into it. One of the first books that I had to get for school is called The Battered Woman Syndrome. This is talking about women who've been in DV situations and the way that they act and how people will abuse you and then kind of flip it on you and you're not understanding why you acted a certain way. This helped me a lot so far. I haven't read it obviously all, but from what we went through it with school, because you can pull it up on PDFs, this book, and when I utilize it in school, it helped me a lot. It resonated with me a lot. It taught me a lot about myself because I've been in DV situations. I've been in not good relationships pretty much every single time I've dated somebody. This opened my eyes a lot. So you guys should really look into this, especially my women. I'm not saying men you can't, but obviously the battered woman syndrome, might as well look into it. Somebody else was asking me about testifying in court as well, because I believe they worked in forensic pathology or something for crime scene investigation. These two books. This is going to teach you about testifying in court. And like I said last video, not letting a lawyer run laps around you. And what do I mean by run laps? A lawyer's job is to make somebody, especially an expert witness, look not credible. That's a problem. You don't want to get on a stand and start saying stuff or saying too much of what you should or shouldn't say because you're feeding information to a lawyer rather than just giving the information of, hey, did you own a cat? Yes, I own a cat. You don't need to say, I own this type of cat. This is what the cat's name is. This is where I got the cat, how much I got the cat. This is how long I've had the cat. It's just, do you have a cat? Yes or no? Yes. This is kind of like what it's going to show you. These are really good, especially this one. I highly recommend. I actually enjoyed this book. I just recently got this one, Why Does He Do That? And I flipped through the pages when I was looking through it to see if I really wanted it. And it looks really good so far. For example, like chapter 5, How Abuse Begins. I haven't read this book yet because I just finished Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, How to Break the Habit of Being Yourself. So this is probably one of the next ones I'm going to get into, but it talks about controlling men and their behaviors and why they do what they do to women and other people in general. This one I did just read, The Sociopath Next Door. Amazing book. Did not take that long. Obviously, it's a short read. It talks about sociopathy, and most people understand sociopathy to a certain extent, but the word crazy and like psychopath gets thrown around way too much. This book is going to tell you what you really need to look out for, and that the people you least expect to be a sociopath are. Like, it's a really good book, really good examples. This one I bought like a year ago. I still haven't even cracked into it. Who's Pulling Your Strings? Again, I was in a really bad relationship, and I have been every single time, but the last one was like horrendous. And I got this book a year ago and haven't cracked it open yet because I'm a little nervous to start understanding manipulation in my personal life. Although I've already been like every single day thinking about it because that's just who I am. I have to analyze everything. I did hear from the people at Barnes & Noble that this is a popular book as well. I know I haven't read that many books, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just showing you my collection and what I'm diving into. It just really depends on what I'm feeling for what I'm going to read. This is a book that we had to get, I think, a semester ago or 2 semesters ago. It's called Best Practices for Mentally Ill in the Criminal Justice System. This was actually the name of my class. My professor wrote this. We had to use it in discussion posts. I mean, it's pretty blatant what it's about, so. Men Who Hate Women. I thought that this book was going to be like this one, Why Does He Do That? But really it's about incels. I didn't even read from the bottom, From Incels to Pickup Artists. I started reading this one. I'm like a quarter of the way through. Dog. The incel behavior is something new for me. We haven't started talking about this so far in my program for incels, but this is interesting to see how a man's mind will go to that extent of hurting women because of his lack of ability to have sexual relations with a woman. It's good read so far. And last but not least, I have another book coming in for this semester, but this one is for this semester. Like I told you guys before, we're going to get into family law. So this one is DV, Child Custody and Visitation. I cracked it open a little bit last night and I started reading it. And one of the chapters is about define the problem, a great judicial fallacy, memory, which I'm really excited to get into because I have memory issues. I'm diagnosed with memory loss from excessive trauma and what I experienced a couple years ago with my ex. So I'm excited to get into that book personally. I know that I haven't read some of these books. I'm sorry, guys, but this is my collection right now. I have a lot more books. However, They're not related to forensic psychology. It's related to symbolism through Carl Jung, philosophy, Fyodor Dostoevsky. I know I mess up his name. My cousin and I are getting ready to start a book club to read Crime and Punishment by Fyodor, but I also have some books on Einstein and quantum physics. Dude, quantum physics is my jam. If I can find more books on neuroscience like I've been reading for Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, I will let you guys know. Let me know if you guys actually want it too. But I'm going to make a new book club tab up at the top of my page so you guys can find various like collections. So this one's going to be forensic psychology. Next one I think I'm going to make about symbolism and synchronicities and whatnot. And then the other one I'm going to make about quantum physics. Mind you, I have no studies or anything in quantum physics, quantum mechanics, neuroscience, or anything like that. This is strictly just what I like to learn and read from. And so I'm going to show you guys the books that I read for it, okay? I hope you guys enjoy the books and that it's relevant to you. And if you start reading them, please let me know what you think about them.